In a recent study by Mortgages for Business, 3 in 5 private landlords have said they prefer to be known by a different name, with the term small housing providers coming out on top. Now, given the bad rep that landlords tend to get, I can see the point. Let's face it, landlords don't have the best reputation, and when you look at the horror stories doing the rounds, it's not that hard to see why. Tenants can have a similar stigma, of course. However, in my experience, it's the most shocking stories that you tend to hear about, and they tend to come from a small number of landlords and tenants. I mean, after all, the gory details make for more interesting stories, don't they? You only have to watch Channel 5's various programmes on the subject to realise that. There's no doubt though that because of this, landlords do suffer with a certain reputation. Certainly Shelter, the housing charity, like to portray landlords as money grabbers who are very rich and basically don't care and are quite happy to let the tenants live in squalor. It's a bit rich, to be honest. As a homeless charity, you'd think they'd want to work with landlords rather than against them. But I digress, and that view certainly doesn't represent the majority. Many landlords, certainly ones that I speak to, want to provide safe, warm, well-maintained homes, and they recognise that the people who rent from them also want that. Tenants simply want well-maintained homes and understanding landlords, and those that have that tend to be more respectful, settle for longer, as well as causing fewer problems. The majority of landlords I speak to aren't rich, they all have bills to pay, and because of this, they have to treat their investment properties as a business and need to maintain a cash flow. And like any other type of business, in order to make it work, they have to provide the best product and the best service, which is why often they use agents like us. After all, we all want things to run smoothly and for everything to be compliant in order to prevent problems. After all, preparation is the key, and as the old saying goes, the prevention is better than the cure. And that's why the term housing provider or small housing provider perhaps should be adopted. It lends a more business-like and professional air, more suited to 2022 and the needs of modern landlords and tenants. Or should that be housing provider and end user? Either way, landlord to me sounds a bit Victorian, and I'd certainly like to think that things have moved on a little bit since then. For more property related content, head over to our YouTube channel, search for Neil Robinson Estate Agents and hit the subscribe button.